This is a video on how to add a rubric to an assessment in Echo. So far, I only know how to do this onto an assessment. I can't figure out how to do it to, or there isn't the ability to do it onto just an assignment. Although I can show you how to change the weighting of the grade so it doesn't count in the grade book. So you can, even though it's called an assessment, you could treat it like an assignment. All right, the first thing you want to do is get into Echo, select your course. So here's my course. You can click the editor here if you want, or you can get into the course, click the hamburger, and then click the editor. It's all the same. Once you get there, you want to add. So here we are on our menu bar here. We're going to add to and then select assessment. So if I go down here, click add to, then select assessment. So you can title it. You can add some details, or you can add specific notes to the student. So let's call this a demo rubric. Demo rubric. We could add more information, but we'll leave it at that. Then we're going to move on to the next part. It says questions up here. Sometimes people overlook these gray tabs. We'll go ahead and click questions. And then we're going to add a question. So down here, new question. And then we're going to make it an essay. Using the essay type question is just the easiest way to get a rubric assigned inside of Echo. So even though it's an essay question, we're just treating it as a way to grade anything with a rubric. So this could be a presentation or a paper or some type of benchmark assignment or a project or even a meeting, or you're grading a student discussion. Anything you'd like to grade with a rubric, we're just using the generic term essay because that's the easiest way to get to the rubric. All right, so we've selected essay over here. Let's call this, let's say it's a student discussion. Student discussion rubric. And then if you click over here, this is how you create a rubric. Now, the levels or columns and the criterias are the row. So for example, on levels, if we wanted to call this below expectation, then you click this plus sign to add another level. So then this is meets expectation. And then this would be above expectation. Now here's where you can do all kinds of things. So let's say we want this to be 100 points. This will automatically divide it into thirds, but you can alter this. You could make this go all the way up to 84, and then that would bring that all the way up to 100. So that way you have your lower third, your middle bulk is up here. You could even make this, because an F, I guess technically is up to maybe 60 points. So that's 0 to 60, 84, 100. Then if you click plus down here, this is how you add your criteria rows. So let's say the top is discussion prep. So was the student prepared to have the discussion? And we want to make this, since that's not that big a deal, just 10 points. And then here, this would be content. Did the student know the content? We want it to be much more important, so let's make that 30 points. And again, you can adjust where the weights fall. So this could be up to 15 if you wanted to. It's still going to equal the same. And then let's add one more, so click the plus sign. And then this would be participation. So did the student actually participate in the discussion? And then we'll make that 10 points. So we've got a grand total of 50 points here. So our levels are our grading scale, and then our criteria is what we're actually grading. So then you click save, and that is already added into this demo rubric assessment that I made. So now that we've created our rubric, you have to do one more thing to adjust it on the grade book. So it's worth 50 points. So this is normally set at 100. So just set that to 50. Scores can be dropped. Take that out. And this is where you can adjust it. If you do not want to include this in their final grade, but you still want to go through the process of using the rubric and giving feedback to the student, I would unclick that. So that way, whatever happens on this actually isn't added into their final grade. If you're using this more as an assignment than it is for a full assessment. And then go ahead and click save. Now when I get back into Echo at the top here, it says there's this needs grading. So if I just click there, I know here's this demo rubric that I put in. So let's go ahead and grade that. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. So then here is our rubric right here. So this is discussion prep. I can just click it, or I can type in a score if I want to. So let's say their content was great, but their participation was low. Maybe it wasn't a 6, maybe it was a 5. And this is their meets expectation for the discussion prep. Let's say that they got a 6. So there's my grade, is 41 out of 50. Now, if you'd like to add some comments, you can write, here are some comments, and then you click submit score, and you are good to go. That score has been submitted and the rubric has been completed.